Hello and welcome back to this Trails from Zero Let's Play with me, SLJ-RPG. In the last episode, we did some of the support requests, but in today's episode we're going to St. Ursula's Hospital to find a little bit more about these pills that have seemed to be sprunging up all over the shop. So, without any further ado, let's head there and speak to the pharmacology. Second Division Detective want to question them. What matters is you made it. Okay, so we need to go speak to Wakeem Gunter. Well, let's see if Dr. Gunter has some time to meet with us. We should probably ask the receptionist about that. Just hope we didn't play hooky to go fishing again. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. I would not, sorry. No one has any faith in Mr. Gunter. So let's go and speak to the lovely receptionist. Hello everyone, are you here to visit Cecile? Oh, not today. We're going to meet with Dr. Gunter again. Could you ask him if he's busy? Of course. Doctor, I picked you. See, you picked up the phone today. You have visitors. Bad timing? Do you have some examination? What's going on? Do you plan to go fishing, Dr. Gunter? It's no good. Try and do your job on the ball on clock, alright? He's always the same. This is exceptional in his field, but his dedication seems lacking. Yep, Detective Bannings from Special Support. Yes. Should I have them meet you in your laboratory then? Okay, here we go. Doctor can see you now. You'll head up to the research board, please. Thanks. Looks like we threw a wrench in his plans. We certainly did. So, let's take the elevator, of course. Head to the third floor. We'll drop in on Shizune on the way. Why not? Shizune, how you doing?
Oh, morning.
Hey, good morning, Suzuki. You're pretty happy today.
Me? Well, I gotta go visit the city tomorrow. Father told me he would be able to take a break from work.
The geezer managed to get a day off guild stuff, eh?
I'm so happy for you, Suzuki. Thank you, if it's okay with you. Would you mind if I came and played with Key?
Of course you can. You're always free to stop by. We have work to do, but the Chief and Key should be at the SSS.
Can only picture Key's smiling face when you arrive. Thank you. Make sure to dress up tomorrow when I leave.
Was that Cecile? There we go. So, all very good. I wonder, is Guy Bannings still alive? That is my main worry right now. Well, not worry. My main wonder. We see the fish on the walls. Mr. Wakeem Gunter. I love the name Wakeem, by the way. Excuse us. Welcome everyone. How very nice of you to visit. About our interruption. We apologize for getting in your way of your hobby. It's fine. Noon is the ideal time to catch noble carp. But if duty calls, duty calls. Trust me, I'm not going to hold a grudge against you for it.
He says that, but he resents us with every fiber of his being.
A fishing nut through and through.
I'm happy we can leave this minor feud in the past. What brings you here today?
Do you need some advice about Key? Actually, it's something else. Key's the same as usual, though. Haven't been any improvement with her memories. I see. Personally, I think you should have had her hospitalized.
About that, we tried suggesting to her again, albeit indirectly, but she won't have it. I'm sorry if we kept putting it off.
You can take your time, but please consider the option. What's the other matter? Is it related to my field of expertise by any chance? It is. Why we came today. Would you mind taking a look at the drug for us? Oh? These pills. They're blue. Coroning agent wouldn't be able to produce this. We found these pills amongst the possessions of a certain individual. We suspect they're illegal. I think I can understand. Would you fill me in the rest of the details? I see. So, Dr. Gunter, do you know anything about these blue pills? Maybe they might have been developed or something. I'm sorry, but I haven't seen this type of drug before. Pharmacologist, I have contacts in every pharmaceutical company in Zamoria. I typically receive samples of newly developed medicine, however, I've never seen a pill of this coloration. That's a surprise. What's more, the effects of these pills are particularly interesting. Boosting strength, focus, reflexes, judgment, and even intuition. Managed to boost every single one of those? We haven't been able to confirm whether or not the Mafia have been taking these drugs. The mine is only one confirmed case so far. Nothing is truly substantiated with Mr. Greenwood's rumor yet. Either way, I can tell you right now it's not an ordinary drug. How about this? Allow me to keep 3 of these. You can cut composition analysis right away. That would be great. Do you know how long it would take for you to finish? Well, I have medicine on me and a general idea of its effects. I think I could should figure it out by the end of the day. But if I'm not able to do that, this may take a considerable amount of time. So flipping a coin then. I can contact you tomorrow around noon to let you know how it's going. Would that be okay? Perfect. Thanks for your assistance and all this, Dr. Gunter. We'll be relying on your expertise then. That reminds me, do you think there are any possible side effects or toxicity? Without further analysis, I can't say for sure, but if anything happens to that miner, call me as soon as possible. I'll take the appropriate measures in case you find any others who have consumed these pills. We can do that. Who knows how many people are in the market for this stuff? We consistently hear rumors about it in the city, you know. Of course, it's impossible for us to question or revanche about this, but if the members really are taking it, I'm concerned about the side effects. Yeah, likewise. Doctor? Are you worried about the side effects too? Oh no, it's not that. With all this talk of rumors, it reminded me of one I heard recently. You too? What kind of rumor? Remember, none of this was officially confirmed or explained, but several years back there was an odd rumor floated around the pharmaceutical industry. It talked about a certain religious cult that created a new kind of drug. A religious cult? A sex of radicals? Something like that, Dr. Gunter? No, it's not as simple as that. Apparently they've rejected the very existence of Adios and worship devils instead. At least that's what I heard. They worship devils? The story sounds more and more suspicious by the second. I definitely thought it was absurd when I first heard it too. However, I can't help but worry about the effects of the medicine they created. I've heard that by borrowing the power of devils, you can unlock hidden potential within humans, even bringing the user good luck. There we go. That sounds like the same effect as these pills. Excuse me, Dr. Gunter. Do you know the name of the drug? Let's see, what was it again? Ah, I remember now. They called it true wisdom. Gnosis, or so the rumor goes. Gnosis? That's quite a suggestive name, isn't it? Well, because of the absurdity, the story became somewhat of an urban legend, urban myth. But you've heard the rumors of a secret society that was connected to that big incident in Libero last year, right? Maybe two could be connected somehow. This must be the society Ellen Joshua told us about. Do you think the devil-worshipping cult might have some ties to it? Anyway, in order to uncover the true binding spells, I plan to connect a colleague of mine to open the analysis. While I do that, I'll also try to looking into the rumor to see if it has any merit. We'd appreciate that. A drug that borrows the power of devils. Tio knows more. It's just cracking on her. You can tell. Can't say I was expecting to hear a story like that when we walked in, but for now we should just trust the doctor with the composition analysis. I agree. We need to return to Crossbow before it gets dark. Besides, First Division investigation report might have been delivered. Sure love spending a night staring at a bunch of papers. Silence from Tio. So let's make our way back. We're gonna go the odd way now. Boom, boom. Music in this game is obviously very, very good. So, let's make our way through here. We're gonna get stopped along the way for something. Yep, there we go. So, it's the evening. We want to grab the next bus? No complaints here. Thank goodness for the convenience of the bus system. Tio? What's the matter, Tio? You've been awfully quiet for a bit now. I'm fine. Tio? The sun makes it hard to see, but your face, it's so pale. What? I told you I'm fine, just feel a bit unwell is all. Sounds like a contradiction to me. There's gotta be some place to rest around. Tio. This isn't good. I'll go get a doctor, quickly. So it looks like we're staying at Ursula's. Oh, thank goodness the enema is acting up. Her enema was acting up, thank goodness. After a bit of rest, she should wake up good as new. That's good. What a relief. You said it. For a second there, I was pretty worried. Still, you have to forgive me for making her use my bed, everyone. Fortunately, every room in the hospital is occupied right now. That's right. All the rooms will be more than enough to help Tio recover. Thank you so much. Don't mention it, Elie. I have to work night shift tonight, so it's perfectly fine if she wants to rest there until tomorrow morning. Well, I'll be going. Alright, thanks for this. Appreciate the help.
Tio, if only we noticed sooner. Now I think about it, she started to look sick during our conversation with Dr. Gunter, right? It's almost positive it was.
Was he started telling us about the drug those devil worshippers made?
I'm fine, you know. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Tio, you're awake?
I'm so glad.
You had us worried, you know.
Please, there was no need to be. As someone involved in the ongoing drug investigation, I'm sure you have to ask. About everything I know, I mean.
Listen, Tio. Do you really think we would push you to share something you're clearly uncomfortable talking about?
Huh? While investigating is definitely important, these are two separate matters. You're important, more to us than just a colleague. Above all, you're an irreplaceable friend, Tio.
Oh. I'm sure you got your reasons for hiding whatever you know. I mean, the past got put out in the open a little bit, but, Tio Tat, if you really don't want to tell us about it, then that's fine. We'll just still be backing you up still backing you up with everything we got.
Elie, Randy.
That's how we all feel. But if you all want to tell us about the things you've kept hidden, and if doing so makes the burden easier to bear, I hope that we can shoulder it for you, even just for a little bit.
Lloyd.
So, we know that she was kidnapped, right? Or she was rescued from somewhere by Guy, and I'm guessing the cult is where she was rescued from. Anyway,
how can you say things like that with a straight face? Not just you, Lloyd, but Elie and Randy too. You rubbing off on the rest of the team, Lloyd.
Suppose he might.
That might be the case.
Yeah, I'll F it up.
I already told Lloyd a fragment of the story, but let me explain. I was snatched away from my parents when I was 5, held captive by a cult of religious fanatics. They couldn't be.
Damn it.
Well, the objective of the cult was still unknown, but one thing is clear. They were attempting to attain something by rejecting the goddess and worshipping devils. I think what they saw when they saw me, the other captured children, as offerings. Nothing more, nothing less. Simply a means to obtain whatever they wanted.
Offerings?
Yes, I call them offerings because sacrifices wouldn't exactly be right. I suppose you could call some of the other kids' experiences something akin to that. The cult had several lodges, each experimenting with different ceremonies. As for the ceremonies they conducted at the lodge I was taken to, it was primarily human experimentation.
Human experimentation? And there for sense and stuff came from.
Precisely. Senses were attached to our entire bodies and pumped full of drugs. They attempted to enhance our 5 senses, using any method imaginable. They even tried enhancing our sensitivity to supernatural phenomena by applying psychological stress and hypnosis. For 3 long years, that was my life, day in, day out. That can't be.
Ugh.
Despite all this, I might have been the luckiest person at my lodge. None of the children could withstand the ceremonies except for me. One by one they began to disappear, and it was only when I was the last child left that I gained this power. My sensory receptivity became strong enough to hear the final cries of the others on the opposite side of the massive rock wall.
Tio, these monsters.
I wonder if that's where Ren's from. Then something happened. Lloyd's brother Guy was able to break into the lodge. The team accompanying Guy was able to neutralize the cult followers and dismantle the lodge's operation. The resistance was strong, but the moment the lodge fell, most of the cultists committed suicide. While stepping over so many of their corpses, Guy finally reached to what was known as the ceremonial chamber, and that was where he found the only child left alive in that nightmare. By the time Guy took me to his custody, I was debilitated beyond recognition. Because of that, I was hospitalized for 7 months in order to recover. What happened after that I've already told Lloyd about.
I guess so.
Tio. It's almost ironic. Despite being so grateful to Guy for saving me in the first place, when I heard that he had passed away 3 years ago, I wasn't even that sad. It's as if, in exchange for this power, I had my emotions stripped away. At least that's what I thought.
Tio.
I want to ask him something. I want to ask Guy, a strong, impossibly optimistic person. How exactly should a broken person like me live? But in the end, I wasn't able to ask him. I was recruited by the Epstein. After that, I joined Special Support Section and been to live with you all. I still don't know the answer. How do I go about living? Why am I alive? Tio. You don't have to worry about that. It's okay to not know the answers. We're all the same. What?
Hey, why do we all live? How should we live? There aren't many people who know the answer to those questions, Tio. Me, Elie, Randy, we're all lost, same as you. I've definitely sure lost my way, that's for sure. Still, Tio Tot, you're being way too serious about all this. What's the point of rushing to answers questions like those?
But...
Hey, if you still can't help but wonder what the answers are, keep searching for them. Just remember, there's no need to rush, and you don't have to do it alone. Let's find these answers together.
I'll always be here for you too. So will Randy, the Chief, Key, Evenside. We're all here for you. We'll help you find the answers to these questions. Yes, I think Lloyd is definitely rubbed off on you, Elie and Randy. Hearing you say all this stuff, it's embarrassing. Why would you?
Hey, it's fate, ain't it? When we joined the SSS, we all fell prey to this guy's cheesiness.
Randy's right. We're a team. We felt that we share what we feel, be it embarrassing or not.
I don't get why I'm being the one blamed for that, but I definitely agree with Eddie's last point. We share everything. Embarrassment, past pains, of course our happiness and daily jokes too. That's what it means to be a team, right?
Please stop. It's too embarrassing and it's burning up in here. I'm not sure how much more of this I can take. But for some reason, I don't think it's a bad feeling.
So we learned a little bit more. After the heartfelt talk, the SSS took the bus to Crossbell. They returned to the SS building, put an exhausted Tio in bed. Lloyd, Elie, and Randy decided to have one more talk with Chief Sergey. Interesting. Damn it, that name again. Gnosis. Chief, it's about time you tell us. Please tell us why my brother was involved in 6 years ago, and about the cult that kidnapped Tio.
I take it you're aware of everything that happened, right, Chief?
Same, I had a gut feeling that you knew what was up with Tio Top from the start. Of course I know about the cult. At their height, Guy and I were the ones who tracked down and suppressed one of the cult's lodges. You did? Then Chief, you're my brother's... Yeah, I was Guy's superior. Back then, I guess I stood out a bit more than I do now. One day, I got 2 unconventional rookies assigned to serve under me. One of them being a brother. Guy was impulsive, reckless, too, but god damn it, he was a great detective. Now the other rookie was in stark contrast to Guy in all the right ways.
Who exactly was this other rookie?
Dudley, blatantly. No way. Was it Dudley Guy from First? Nope. The guy went straight into the First Division. He's a natural. You probably heard of the other rookie before, actually. His name is Arios McLean. What? Okay. What?
He was part of the police?
He was. He traded as a police badge for the Braces Gauntlet some years back. Hell then, probably one of the reasons the police came here to Crossbell have such an animosity towards the Bracers. What a twist. My brother and Arios were both from the Force together? Age-wise, Arios beats Guy in that category. Arios tied the knot and had recently had a daughter. Trust me, he's always been the serious man he is. The other hand, Guy was a wildcard, acting rash, an optimistic fool. Given how different they were, that's probably why they started to get along in the first place. In a little less than 2 years after joining the Force, these guys were heralded as the police's ace duo.
Judging by Aris's skill, I can hardly doubt that.
Right, to be honest, I was proud of those boys. After all, not many are blessed with the chance to raise 2 fine greenhorns like those 2. Our squad was able to accomplish a lot when we were operating. Eventually, higher-ups decided to leave a joint investigation of the international caseload on our desk, instead of the First's.
Joint investigation? International case?
You weren't saying it was. Yeah, it involved the cult. DG. That's their name.
D therefore G? What the hell's that mean? As in the mathematical equation, using therefore, but then, what exactly do D and G stand for?
We never solved the entire riddle, but we did cover what the meaning of the G is. It stands for Gnosis.
Oh. The drug that releases the demonic power Dr. Gunter told us about.
It's gotta be connected. It's already been 6 years since that whole mess. The Zealots left behind a lot of mysteries, but I know one thing for sure. One of my decades of service on the Force, This was the most disgusting bunch I have ever had the displeasure of taking down. Bastard used those kids as kidnapped. They kidnapped as sacrifices.
The abduction case Grimwood mentioned yesterday.
The DG cult. They had more than 10 active lodges spread across Samoria. They performed various rituals in each of them, summoning horrific demons, taking advantage of artifacts, and experimenting on those poor children. And there was always one consistent in their rituals. A mystery drug called Gnosis.
I mean, it's a hard story to digest.
Just how'd you end up snuffing them out? Right. Like I mentioned yesterday, this was an issue spreading around into each country, so a joint investigation was organized by the nations affected. Each country's armies, police forces, and Bracer Guild collaborated. A large-scale operation round up and suppress every lodge operated by the cult was mounted, all under the command of the famous Bracer. And that Bracer was blatantly, what's the boy?
My god, I have forgotten his name. What kind of fan am I?
Cassius Bright, fuck me. Anyway, there's a small squad of 3. We're in charge of taking down the lodge located on the outskirts of Altair, in western Calvert. Guy rescued Tio Plato, who was 8 years old at the time. Tio was completely utterly debilitated, but still in better shape than the others. We couldn't save any of the other children, but compared to some of the monstrous rituals happening in other lodges, I like to think they were shown a little mercy. Why? Why are people like this allowed to exist? I feel like I'm going to be sick. These guys are on a whole different level than Crossbell's day-to-day criminals, so you say. At any rate, after our operation 6 years ago, the cult completely wiped off the map. The cult was completely wiped off the map. All the cult zealots have either committed suicide or suffered a mental breakdown and died. Some have speculated there are a few survivors, but it's also said that the church and the society exterminated the rest of them. The nightmare known as the D.G, therefore G cult, should have finally be over.
However, these blue pills pose a threat. It's possible that these pills are the same Gnosis used in the cult's rituals.
Right, now, that's the point on my part. This is a real deal. I'm afraid the nightmare 6 years ago might have been resurfaced in another form. One that will be at the heart of the Underworld's conflicts. That's the worst case scenario.
But in truth, we can't overlook this.
Couldn't agree more. I'm coming with you. Lloyd, criminal who murdered your brother 3 years ago is still at large. I know. No leads were found in this case and eventually went cold. Yeah, after Guy transferred to the first, we'd only investigate cases by himself, so there were no witnesses. The culprit is speculated to be one of the major power intelligence agencies, Revenge, or maybe another crime syndicate. Hell, some even tossed around the idea of Jaeger Corps or a terrorist cell being responsible. However, there's always been another possible culprit in mind. A remnant of the cult, right? Yeah, I'd say the possibility is even more likely now. In that sense, this is becoming a battle to avenge my fallen subordinate. Pardon my selfishness, but from now on I'll be butting in too.
Chief? On contrary, we'd love your help.
You're trying to imply you haven't had our backs up until now? Who knows? It's about time, you know. I founded the Special Support Section based entirely on Guy's original idea.
Seriously, my brother? What about the SS being created to oppose the Guild's popularity?
It's purely an excuse to appease the top brass. While I was alive, Guy told me something I'll never forget. He said what Crossbell needs is some strength to overcome barriers. A place where youth can continue to move forward, despite failures, joining their strength into one. Don't you think that's what the police really needs, he asked.
Guy, I
swear you find yourself an earnest brother, Lloyd.
This is simply a coincidence that Tio ended up joining the SSS?
Oh, no, she probably wanted more than anything to be in a place where Guy's will lives. Not that she told me anything like that. I see, it makes sense. Setting aside Guy for now, focus needs to be the investigation into stopping these drugs. And regarding Key, it's possible she was involved in that cult in some shape or form.
Huh?
Pisses me off to say it, but it's likely. After all, the drugs being cause for her amnesia. Unfortunately, I'm beginning to think that as well. So, Chief, could we leave the heavy lifting to us while you protect Key here? Should be able to cooperate with the 1st Division, but we still need support.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's gonna be unnecessary for us to be pulling the strings back of the SSS. I'm sorry. I know you went out of your way to offer your help, but this is a key to our success. That right? Fine. Listen up, just like before, I won't be giving you any direct instruction. You have all the advice you want. I'll take care of comms for you, but you're gonna have to make your own decisions and solve this case with your own will. So you up to the challenge? Yes, sir.
Understood.
Oh boy, starting tomorrow, it sounds like we're gonna have work cut out for us.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. So the D, therefore G cult. Death, therefore Gnosis. Diet, therefore Gnosis. Who knows? The next day, 8 AM. And a fourth player comes to the field. So we have Revanche, we have Hayu, we have Olbros, who I'm refusing to believe are not involved in some way. We have this D, therefore G cult. But anyway, are you sure you're okay, Tio? You can always sit here with Chief and Key if you don't feel well enough to go.
Your worries unwarranted, I assure you. I will be able to turn in early and get a good night's rest. I'm feeling much better.
Hey, you do look better. But I was pretty surprised when Key said she wanted to sleep next to you last night.
My gut told me to do it. Hey Tio, did you sleep good? Yes, of course. I can only imagine the reason I am in pristine condition is because I spent so much time with you, Key. Yay!
You're a lifesaver, kiddo.
Indeed, it's if she's our very own special pick-me-up.
Oh, that reminds me. When you promised me this one thing, Tio. If something like yesterday happens again, please tell us about it. Don't bundle up, it'll only make it much harder on yourself. I don't mean to be harsh, but if you were to collapse in the middle of a fight, we'll all be in trouble.
Roger, I'll keep that in mind. I'm a member of the Special Support Section, intend to stand on equal footing with the rest of you. So, if you would, please share your burdens and pain with me too. I will do everything in my power to ease them. Tio.
Hey, a wish is my command. Yeah, count on it.
Wow.
Well, if I don't need this mailman to participate, I'm gonna question some of the sins suspected of drug use this morning, right? Yeah, I want to confirm what we found in the 1st Division's report if possible. Since we're all busy anyway, we hope to take care of support races as they come our way.
Indeed, if we let this opportunity slip away, we may not have any time left to venture outside the city.
As now, we want to look into the stockbroker in the residential segment, the errand boy from the Cerebral Vipers, finally, Arkansas's new cast member.
It's not surprising the 1st Division was able to pick up on this.
If you have time, you should go check in with Ian too. That is Grimwood. Out of the two he told us about, looks like the stockbroker is the same one from the 1st Division's records. So the trading company manager doesn't look like anyone has any substantial information on him yet. Thanks for your advice. We'll make it a priority to stop by there. Dr. Gunter should be contacting us later with the drug composition results, around noon, I think. Hello, Lloyd Bannings.
Lloyd, it's me, Bigson.
Hello, sir. It's good timing. How's Gans holding up?
Yes, about that. He seems to have disappeared again.
What? Can you fill us in on details?
He woke up late last night, but kept fading in and out of consciousness, so we coaxed him into sleeping again. I stayed with him overnight, hoping to report back to you in the morning, but when I woke, he was gone.
I see. Have you called out the hotel or casino?
Yes, told no one has seen him for quite some time. What do you think we should do, Lloyd?
Sir, if you don't mind, I want you to stay at the hotel. It's possible Gans might come back. We're going out to gather some information, so we'll keep an eye out for anything involving him. If something comes up, don't hesitate to call us.
Alright, thank you.
Did you hear that? Gans disappeared again.
Yeah, apparently he snuck into the hotel this morning. Either way, by his own accord and so on.
In any case, we need to check on the other conditions as well.
Man, I got a bad feeling about this. The situation might be escalating faster than we anticipated. Don't worry about things here. Just go see what you can find.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
Woof.
And I think this is probably a good place to say, if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time, where we're going to be doing a whole bunch of these things. So we're going to be doing the monster exterminations, we're going to be doing this Orbal staff enhancement, and I'm going to finally bloody well finish this one here before we do any of the drug shit. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.